Hi, my name is Stephanie McCracken, and I have chosen to share Socrative with you all today. This is a program that I have actually never used before, but I was very interested in because I was always looking for a good way to formatively assess my students that gave them that feedback that they needed in real time, as well as providing that feedback for the teacher. So, Socrative is a program that actually works on pretty much any platform. So, with Chromebooks, with desktops, laptops, cell phones, tablets. So, that's one of the big selling points that I saw for this here. Um, and also the fact that it can be done on the fly, or you could also prep for it as well. So, in order to get Socrative, you would just click here to sign up for free. It takes you through the same basic steps that any of these free programs do. Of course, there is paid versions of it as well. The Socrative for free allows you to have one room, and that one room allows 50 people. So, might be a little bit of a downfall having to have only 50 people, especially as like a high school teacher. I could see, having to clear it out after about two classes and restarting. But if you're using it for that formative purpose and recording or keeping your data on here, it shouldn't really be a problem. So you just click sign up, goes through the normal set of questions. I already have an account, so I'm not going to go through that entire process. I'm just going to go to the teacher login here. And with the teacher login, you can see that it brings me to this launch screen. On the launch screen, you have several different options. You can give your students a quiz, which is something that you would go ahead and write ahead of time. They also have a library. This is where your written quizzes would be. But they also have this tab called Discover that has some pre written quizzes if there was something that you felt fit your content area well. The rooms are what we kind of just discussed already. You have one room allowed to have 50 students, and then you'll have reports and you'll have results. So I just did a quiz in real time, and you can see that it shows me that I typed in my name as sample student. Um, you can see the questions that I answered correctly, as well as the questions that I answered incorrectly. The nice thing about this is that as I add more students to it, I'll be able to see a running total of what questions were missed more of the time than others. The other thing that's nice about this is as the student takes the quiz, they are able to be given feedback in real time. So it tells me if my answer was correct or incorrect, but then it also gives me feedback as to what the correct answer was and why. Another feature that I like about Socrative is the exit ticket. When you do the exit ticket, again, to share this with your students, you just click here and it brings up a QR code that they can click, or they can go to socrative.com and type in your code. The exit ticket asks the student three things. It'll say number one, rank your understanding of the lesson for today. So A, B, C, or D. So A is the best, like I get it, I understand it. D is I have no idea what's going on. And then the second part of this asks me what I actually learned for today. So I have to actually provide an open-ended question open-ended answer as to what I felt like I learned today. And then the third question asks me, answer your teacher's question. So that's a question that I would just pose to my students on the fly. I like this because it's very little prep, and it also gives me, again, the results in real time where I'm able to see the student's name and their responses. The downfall to the exit ticket and not prepping it ahead of time is that my students don't get that feedback. Um, so this is, like I said, this is an app that I would definitely consider using in my classroom. It's one that I will share with my teachers next year, especially my new teachers coming in, as a quick way to gather data, make those informed decisions about instruction. I think that it fits well with Bloom's because you can have those lower level surface type questions, but you can also work up to those analysis and application and prediction questions as well. And as far as SAMR goes, it totally fits with substitution and augmentation. And augmentation mainly because it actually does make this process better. They get that feedback in real time. They also get, the correct answer and why it's the correct answer. As far as modification and redefinition, I don't know if it fits that quite as well. But this is definitely something that I would consider using in a classroom.